Well, happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. It is Thanksgiving, and what is becoming a new family tradition here is actually having Thanksgiving at the Red Brick House. This is the second year in a row. For me, Thanksgiving, when me and Tracy first got together for about the first 14 years, our Thanksgiving was sometimes together, sometimes not, because we were in Detroit every year for the halftime show. Unfortunately, back in those days, the Lions weren't real good, and so every year that we went, we saw the Lions literally lose. I'm happy for the Lions that they're actually winning right now, and if you'd asked me if the Cowboys can't be in the Super Bowl, who would I want it to be? I'm going to have to say that the Lions would be my second team right now if I were a two-teamer. I'm not really a two-teamer. I'm just saying I would like to see the people of Detroit have that glory. Anyway, I'm actually been busy this morning getting going here for Thanksgiving. I'm cooking not one but two turkeys. I've got one I'm smoking in here in the Weber grill. You can see some of the smoke coming out of there. I got to stay out here a bit to adjust the temperature. I'm trying to drop it down to about 325, so I'm getting close on it. And I'm cooking some breakfast for the troops because I got a teenager, and that boy, he must have a hollow leg or something because the food just goes through it. So for me, Thanksgiving has new meaning with the Red Brick House. We did this last year. I got my two daughters are here. Michael is with his other family, of course. Da-da-dun, da-da-dun. Damn Gina. And I've got my niece and nephew here, and we'll be watching football with about 12 or so people here. So that's why I've been busy. So for our Cowboys, I know y'all are like, we didn't come here for all your Thanksgiving ballyhoo and all that stuff. We came here because we're Dallas Cowboy fans and want to get your thoughts. Well, first of all, let me say this. I don't know what to think. I do not know what to think about this team and the way the rest of the season will go. I'm just going to kind of kick back and enjoy it and see what happens. I got people that are coming at me and saying, well, are we going to go to the playoffs? Or if we do this, we might make... You know what? You can't look ahead. You literally can't look ahead because you just don't know what's going to happen from literally 1 week to the next. We got it, we beat the Commanders, but for all we know, the Commanders may have been frauds. Do we really know that the Commanders are a good team? They lost 2 games before we played them. This could be the Eagles collapse all over again. Because you remember, the Giants beat the Eagles last year going down the stretch when they had their collapse. So today will be more of the sink or swim day. If you lose to the Giants, this shit's over. This shit's over. If you lose to the Giants, then you basically, you're losing to Tommy Cutlets, who's got a sore elbow. Okay? You got Tommy Cutlets, who's got a sore elbow. If you can't beat the Giants that are truly knee deep and tanking, you ain't beating nobody. You ain't beating nobody. So, we got some sausage, some bacon. Ooh, that's hot. And some eggs. And some burnt fingers that I got to take in for the troops here. Get them fed. And I'm down to 345. So I'm getting close to that perfect temperature. And my turkey's already gone up 9 degrees. It's been in there for about 40 minutes. Yeah, we got to win this. We got to win this. I know people are like, well, we need to tank and they need to do this. Well, let me say this much. Last year, the Cowboys, which did not have a linebacker, okay, going down the stretch. Van Der Esch got hurt. Obershone was out. We did not have a linebacker. right? We had Michael Gallup, who got about 450 yards. Not exactly a premier player. He literally retired because, as he put it, he just couldn't seem to get the confidence back that he had on the leg. Jalen Tolbert and Brandon Cooks were your other receivers. Brandon Cooks, whose time is waning, and Jalen Tolbert, an up-and-comer. Your offensive line was actually pretty good last year. You had 3 Pro Bowlers. Your offensive line was pretty good, and your running game was better. You're not far away from that team if this team is healthy. Okay? You're not far away if this team is healthy. So the question is tanking starting all over? Because that's 2 different things. If you're tanking, you're bringing in a new coach, you're bringing in new players, and I'm not saying we don't need new players, because we definitely do. Let me take this aside so they can eat, and I'll be right back. It's smoking good. Oh, you see that smoke? It's smoking good now. It's smoking good. A little bit higher than I want. 300 to 350 is what you want, and it's about 355 at the moment. That wind seems like it may have just balanced it a little more. Getting the draft picks and getting more personnel is definitely a must. We want to do that without a doubt. But the question becomes really, do we want to start everything over? Because that's what you're talking about. We're talking about new coaching staff that's going to come in, and they're going to probably end up looking at the personnel and changing the personnel. There'll be a learning curve, and there's no guarantee that you're going to get better results with another coach. You understand what I'm saying, right? You're starting over. Mike Zimmer seems to be catching some traction right now on the defense, okay? And if you look at our defense and say, what if we had Sam Williams back? What if we had Marshawn Nealon back? What if we had Diggs out there and Deron Bland all season? You follow me on there? And what if we ended up adding a couple of defensive linemen? You could look at it and say, okay, that's a really good, defense with just a couple of players. And on the offense, if you can get say what you will about Dak Prescott. I know people are always saying he can't win, that you got to surround him with elite talent. Okay. Then why not surround him with elite talent? Isn't that what the Eagles have been trying to do? Isn't that what the San Francisco 49ers have been trying to do? Surround their guys with elite talent so they can win. Right? Isn't why the Jets went out and got Devontae Adams? They were trying to surround their quarterback with elite talent. You see the difference of what the Eagles and Baltimore are having a great running game. You get a running back. So let's say hypothetically, it is Mike McCarthy coming back in crew, depending on how the team responds the rest of the season. You are one of the youngest teams in football right now, whether you believe it or not. And you're about to get even younger because probably Zach Martin and DeMarcus Lawrence are gone. The next generation is already here. You don't go through, typically when you say tank, you tank and you don't have a quarterback. You don't have, offensive linemen. You don't have shit. That's why you're tanking, because you're trying to reset the clock. But the Cowboys do have some elite talent already with Micah Parsons, CeeDee Lamb, Dak Prescott, Tyler Smith out there, and you've got some budding stars in like a Cooper Beebe, and so on. What you need to do, instead of tearing it all apart, knowing that the Joneses suck at trading, They do. They do. Let's be clear here. They suck ass at trades. They're the guys that gave up 2 number ones for a wide receiver in Joey Galloway. Gave up a 1 and a couple other picks for Roy Williams, okay? Gave up a number 1 for Amari Cooper, okay? And then traded him for a 5th, and he's traded then for a 3rd. They suck. If you think that the Cowboys can trade their way to a Super Bowl, it's not going to happen. It's not. But they have the opportunity next year to have a boatload of money. We're going to be entering this year. Having actually cap space, even with paying Dak and CD. Last year we were like 25 million over the cap. This year we've got to have about 45 million before we make a single move. So staying the course. I know people don't like Mike McCarthy. I know people don't like Dak Prescott, but that might actually be the more prudent move. But hell, what do I know? I don't know shit. But I do know this. Look at this. We're smoking turkey. Woo-wee. We smoking a turkey. I'll see you guys at game time. Peace.